Ang programang ito ay hatid sa inyo ng Bank of the Philippine Islands. Do more with BPI.
Sinong galing sa Pilipinas na naglaro sa Europe na,
Wala.
wala. So, I had to go through that and I had to prove myself thrice. So, every time that someone asks me, where are you from? Taas no akong sinasabi sa taga-Pilipinas.
Mabuhay teammates, ito ang Basketball Universe at ako si Bill Velasco. Ang bahaging ito ay hatid sa inyo ng Eastern Communications, Partners in Progress. Talagang masasabi natin na daig pa ni Danielle ANIMAM ang mga lalaki. Siya ang unang basketball player na Pilipino na nakapaglaro sa Europe at sa Asia. At ngayon nililingon naman niya ang kanyang pinagdaanan dahil walang nagsilbing halimbawa para sa kanya. When you were finishing up sa NU, what was the plan? Kasi wala pang WMPBL noon. What opened the doors for you to play overseas?
Actually, my plan after NU was to really go work in corporate world. But then...
Get a real job.
Yes, exactly. 9-to-5 job. But then a team in Taiwan, Xixi University, they messaged me and they said that, oh, we want you to play for our school. So that was my first, overseas stint, not just to play for Gilas, but for a different. So basically, as a foreign student in a different country. So I think my time in Taiwan, that was the time when it opened for me to play abroad.
Okay. Hindi ka ba natakot?
Actually, I was scared. I think I moved to Taiwan in the middle of pandemic. I was, flying with the face masks and face shields are still on, and then the plastic covers. Kasi, nakalagitnaan ng pandemic. But I was, sumasakay ako ng aeroplano. Like, I don't know what to expect. Like, I'm just there bringing myself. I don't know what happens next is, whatever happens, as long as I get to try it.
Paano ka naman napunta sa Europe? Kasi you made history there.
So after Taiwan, I had the chance to go to States.
Okay.
So I had the chance to train there. I was sponsored by my managers in NU, the C family. They were the one who brought me to the States, and they introduced me at that time to East West Private.
What is it like for you that, there was nobody ahead of you? I mean, you're basically creating this new path for Filipino basketball players. What was that like?
Well, to be honest, it's not sunshines and rainbows. There was a lot of, rejection, heartache, struggle, since I'm coming from a country that nobody knows, that's not familiar.
True.
I think, once they know I'm from the Philippines, regardless if I'm good or not, parang may red mark ka na eh. We don't know them. We don't know anything about them, so they're not gonna even bat an eye or how I play, who I am. So, because Philippines, di ba? Sinong galing sa Pilipinas na naglaro sa Europe na, wala. So, I had to go through that and I had to prove myself thrice, harder than everyone else, because like I said, I am nobody. Sabi nga ng dati kong trainer, kung sa Pilipinas kilala ako, pero dito sa ibang bansa nobody knows me. I'm just nobody. So I had to make people notice who I am, and it's not just who I am but also where I'm from. So every time that someone asks me, where are you from? Taas no akong sinasabi sa taga-Pilipinas. And they were like, oh, really? I go, yeah.
Okay.
And then I will teach them, yeah, this is the Philippines. This is where
Sa mapa.
Philippines is, and we have a lot of good basketball talents, especially in women's.
Why do you think nagbago biglang umangat yung women's basketball the last few years? Was it because of you?
I mean, it's not just solely because of me, but I think here in the Philippines it's because of what the Gilas Filipinas women's achieved throughout the years. For us being in the Division A when we beat Chinese Taipei for the first time, and then we had a chance to play outside our region, which is, we had to play in pre-World Cup qualifying. We played against Brazil, Hungary, and Senegal, and people showed the potential. We almost beat Brazil, number 8 in the world. Can you imagine that?
Diba?
So now, people are seeing that, there's really potential in women's basketball, and I think if we keep continue supporting women's basketball, especially with the initiative of, SBP, with the new executive director in Erica D, I think women's basketball in Philippines is really in good hands, and I think they're not ready for Philippine women's basketball.
Definitely. What do you think it will take now para umakyat tayo lalo sa women's basketball internationally and maybe eventually make the Olympics?
Well, I think it will really start with our grassroots. I mean, grassroots, the young, maybe it will take, more years, but through that, I think sooner or later, we're gonna have teams playing in World Cup, playing in Olympics.
Ang programang ito ay hatid sa inyo ng Bank of the Philippine Islands. Do more with BPI. Waterproofing o sealant ba ang hanap mo? Sa German technology ng Sista, protektado ka ng 10 taon. Yan ang tapal na tatagal. Sa bahaging ito, tatalakayin naman ni Jack Daniel ANIMAM ang kanyang pagbibigay muli sa kanyang pinagmulan at ang mga plano niya na makapasok pa sa WNBA.
Jack, what was your inspiration for doing a camp here?
Siguro my inspiration doing a camp here in Malolos is my journey. I look back from where I was, 13 years ago. And now na I've had all this experience with me playing with Gilas and going, playing professional abroad. And I said to myself na, dati nung bata ako, wala akong camp na nasalihan. I wish, I joined a camp. I wish there was someone who made something like this happen during my time. And also now I said, maybe, okay, I didn't experience this, but maybe I'm gonna be the instrument for the young kids, for the next generation, for them to have something for them, to specifically created for them. And it's also my way of giving back to the community and pay it forward. It's all about for the next generation. So yeah, it was my own journey. My experience was my inspiration to do this.
Why is it important for you to pay it forward?
Why is it important for me? Kasi I believe that youth is the future. And when I was a kid, like I said, I wish I had a role model. I wish I had someone who guided me. So I had to do everything, trial and error. Like I had to go to these places blindly, scared, but I still do it anyway. And now that I'm in a position where, I can be that for someone, I want to be that for someone because I never had that someone. And I believe that, representation matter. Someone na nakita nila na, oh, she's a girl and she's like me, she's from where I'm from, and if she can do it, I know, planting a seed in them na kung kaya niya, kung nagawa niya, bakit hindi ko kayanin, diba?
Ikaw personally, what are your goals now for yourself? You're giving back, you're playing overseas. What's the future for you?
Of course, the future for me, the goal is to get to the WNBA. I mean, that's the goal. But also, while I'm playing for the national team, I want to play in World Cup. So maybe in Olympics, but this coming FIBA Asia, we have a chance. So hopefully, we're really gonna eye and fight for that.
What do you think young kids should do, like what you did? Did they go overseas? Should they stay here? What do you think young girls should do?
Well, I think what they should do is, they really have to put their mind and heart into it. Kasi it's not easy. There's gonna be so much rejection, struggles.
Okay.
There's so many bumps along the way. But as long as you know your why and you know why you're doing it, I think no matter what the hardship, you can overcome that. And whatever you want to be, whether it be, play basketball, be a superstar, or whatever things you want to choose in life, I think they can do it.
How has living abroad broadened your view of the world? Anong lumawak sa pag-iisip mo?
Madami. But siguro one thing I realized that, just being grateful, being in the moment. Kasi this opportunity is once in a lifetime. You'll never know when it's gonna last. So day by day, you have to live by it, day by day. Enjoy every moment of it kasi di mo alam kung kailan matatapos yung paglalaro mo ng basketball. And, feeling how blessed I am, like always looking back. I mean, I would never imagine that one day I would be, going country after another country, and one day I would be able to do this for other kids. And I'm just really grateful and blessed.
Thanks, Jack. Proud
Thank you,
of
Sir Bill. Thank you so much.
Yan ang Basketball Universe. Para sa araw nito, mapapanood kami Lunes, Miyerkules at Biyernes sa Facebook at YouTube. Kaya LSS, like, share, and subscribe at follow na rin. Nais naming pasalamatan ang aming mga sponsor: Bank of the Philippine Islands, Eastern Communications, Eurotex, at Sista. Laging tandaan, saan man kayo, ano man ang ginagawa ninyo, magkakampi tayo. Ako si Bill Velasco at ito ang Basketball Universe. Ang programang ito ay hatid sa inyo ng Bank of the Philippine Islands. Do more with BPI.